Hi, this is episode number 46 of Highlighting the Best of Youth Sports. In this interview, we had our first Youth MMA Champion, 14-year-old Hannah Wagstaff. Hannah is from California and will be heading to Bulgaria soon to compete in the International MMA Federation's Youth Championships. This was a great interview with Hannah, and she brought tons of insights and advice for all athletes. Before we get into today's full episode, we want to say thank you again so much to our audience and to everyone that has listened and shared the show. The show has just surpassed 3,900 downloads, and we couldn't be more excited to see the growth. If you haven't done so yet, please go to Apple Podcasts right now and give us a rating and review. It literally takes less than 30 seconds and enables us to grow and reach more people. It enables us to get new guests and improve and bring you more content. Highlighting the best of youth sports is brought to you by our company, Numbers Don't Lie Productions. We're here to provide you with a highlight video editing resource to support your youth sports journey. We create a simple, quick, and low-cost process that helps you create highlights that document that journey and showcase your athletes. We have featured thousands of athletes in over 40 states and 15 countries. Schedule a free consultation and learn more today at www.numbersdon'tlie.biz. Now let's get into this episode. Welcome to Highlighting the Best of Youth Sports, where we bring you insights from top athletes, their sports journey, and those positively impacting the youth sports community. If you're ready like we are, let's go. Welcome, everyone. Today, we are honored to have Hannah Wagstaff, a youth MMA champion. Hannah, welcome to Highlighting the Best of Youth Sports. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Excellent, Hannah. Let's start with you taking a few moments to tell us a little bit about yourself, how old you are, where you're from, and the sports you compete in.
I am 14 years old. I'm from Desert Hot Springs, California, and I compete in MMA.
MMA. All right. Now, do you compete in any other sports?
I do MMA. I branch off into Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but that's it.
Okay. And so we're excited because this is the first time we've had an MMA athlete on the podcast. And for our audience, MMA stands for Mixed Martial Arts. Can you just tell us how you got into MMA? What interested you in that?
Well, I was watching a UFC fight one day and I wanted to try it out. So I came to my local gym and I tried it out and I fell in love with it.
How long have you been doing MMA? You're 14 now, right?
Yeah, I will have been doing MMA for about 2.5 years.
Okay, very good. And what do you enjoy most about competing in MMA?
The adrenaline rush. It gives you a really nice adrenaline rush.
Yeah. I can see the smile on your face. You get excited just talking about it. Now, can you tell? So when someone thinks of the UFC or boxing, it can be brutal. There's a lot of violence, hitting, a lot of injuries, it looks like. For youth, what precautions are there that you guys take? And do you ever get worried about those injuries or the violent aspect of it?
To start off, the extent that they go to make sure that we stay safe, they go deep into that. We have to wear headgear. We're not allowed to hit to the face. Okay. And depending on your age range, there's specific submissions that you can and cannot do, and specific like hits and kicks that you cannot perform on your opponent.
Do you have any particular submission moves that you are better than others at? That's kind of your core, I guess, technique that you use on your opponents?
Well, two of my favorite submissions are the triangle and the Peruvian necktie.
Oh, that one sounds scary.
It can be.
Okay. For other people. Hopefully they're not doing that on you. Okay. Tell us about your biggest moments competing from this past year in MMA.
Since we had COVID, there were not very many like big moments, but two of my biggest moments were definitely my championship fight. The belt's actually right here for that one. I won that one. And then my other moment was recently in April, we had nationals for the USA. That was one of my big moments. I placed second.
Okay, awesome. Now, can you tell us, coming out of COVID, you mentioned COVID, and we've been, we had the pandemic last year. How did you deal with that? What did you do to help cope, to help stay in shape, to help stay ready now that you're coming out of COVID and ready to compete again?
Well, a few things I did were we took training outdoors. We were training at the park with our cardio. We were obviously taking precautions during COVID as well, but we were keeping up with our health, our cardio, not necessarily contact training, but the things you have to do in MMA that were contactless.
Tell us about your upcoming trip to Bulgaria and the International MMA Federation's Youth Championship.
I'll be going to Bulgaria in the end of July, beginning of August to compete at the Youth Pancration Championships under the IMMAF. And I will be going and competing in the 125-pound division. It's my first time, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited. It's my first time traveling out of country as well, so that will be an experience.
Yeah, lots of new experience. That's awesome. So I understand that you're one of the favorites to win this category. And I know it's your first time in the category, but that I understand you're one of the favorites. Tell us what you feel is your strength that sets you apart from your opponents.
Definitely one of my strengths is my heart. I put all of my time and effort into training MMA. So when I go to a competition, I tend to push a lot with my heart. If I'm in a position where I'm not doing too well, I normally can come up from underneath that and rise to the top because of how hard I push. My determination to win is definitely a big part.
I'm definitely looking forward to see how you do in that competition. We want to wish you a lot of luck. So how many days, how many hours a week do you typically train? And is it year round?
Yeah, I train all year. 6 to 7 days a week. I train in the morning for weightlifting, cardio, stuff like that. And then at night I go and I train MMA and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai. So I want to say approximately 2 to 4 hours a day, depending on which date it is.
The show will be right back, but we wanted to let you know that highlighting the best of youth sports is brought to you by our company, Numbers Don't Lie Productions. We're here to provide you with a highlight video editing resource to support your youth sports journey. We created a simple, quick, and low-cost process that helps you create highlights that document that journey and showcase your athletes. We have featured thousands of athletes in over 40 states and 50 countries. Schedule a free consultation and learn more today at www.numbersdon'tlie.biz. Wow. So that obviously it's a martial art. It's a discipline. You're learning a lot. But committing that much, I want to transition a little bit to your school, and because now you're also doing that, you have to balance your school. So, why don't you tell us what grade you're currently in and how you're doing in school with your grades? This
past year, I was in 8th grade. Now we're in summer. So I'm transitioning to high school.
Okay.
And, I keep my grades at a very high standard. I'm an A student. I'm in honors classes. So.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely keep that up. What's your favorite subject in school and why?
I really like ELA because I don't know, I'm good at it. So it comes a little easier. It's enjoyable for me. I can enjoy it,
And what does ELA stand for?
English learning.
Okay. Very good. Now, why is your education important for your future?
It's important for my future because I want to be seen as someone who isn't just athletically advanced, but also educationally advanced. So I want to be seen as someone who can be strong and fit, but also be smart at the same time,
Absolutely. And, we love to hear that you're getting straight A's, that you're in honors classes. Keep that up. What we tell everyone, what I tell my kids as well, is that as long as you're keeping those grades up, no matter what happens in your sports, your options are going to be many when the opportunities arise. And if your grades start to fall, those options start to go away, and you just want to be able to choose where you want to go, and your future is bright. Hannah, outside of sports and your MMA activities, and I know you're super busy with that and then school, but what other activities and hobbies do you enjoy doing?
Well, I really enjoy swimming. I like going to the beach and stuff. That really makes me happy. And I enjoy just spending time with my mom and my dad a lot of the times.
Okay, Hannah, why don't you tell us how you use social media as an athlete? Tell us how involved your parents are with managing it, how involved you are with social media, and how do you use it?
My parents, they'll give me ideas and lists of things I need to complete, but I mainly manage my own social media.
Okay.
And I am an IMMAF ambassador, so I definitely like to push following them on social media as well. For TikTok, I make TikToks probably 2 or 3 a day, and then I just make sure to stay active on Instagram, and that's the best thing that you can do, using hashtags, just stuff like that.
Yeah, that's great advice. Now, do you have, you're a young athlete, and social media can be great for building your brand, helping build brands for others, but there's also some potential pitfalls for social media. What advice would you have for athletes of things to avoid on their social media?
A big thing is you're going to have people that comment or send you hateful things. You just need to ignore those. That's the main thing. Be careful what you post. Sometimes posting what you think in your brain is not always the best thing to do. You want to definitely analyze everything that you post, because you want to keep your options open to every group of persons. So you don't just want to divert, especially if you're in a sport, you don't just want to divert your whole social media page to one group of people. You want to expand to welcome everybody in.
Absolutely. That's great advice. Thank you for that, Hannah. So we're going to start our final rapid fire questions, and this is how we end every episode. So if you're ready, we'll get started.
Okay.
All right. What's your one big goal for the next year?
To become a world champion in MMA.
Who's your favorite athlete and why?
I really like Aspen Ladd. She's a UFC fighter. Her respectfulness, she's humble, and she's really good at the sport.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received from a coach or parent?
When you fail, that it's just a learning experience, that you need to get back up and keep pushing, never to quit.
Have you ever heard of Jocko Willink?
Yes.
And do you not like him?
I like him. My dad is a very big fan of him. Me and my dad listen to him together all the time.
Okay, perfect. What's one thing you've taken away from Jocko Willink?
To never quit, to keep pushing every day through all the bad things the world will put you through, to just keep pushing through them. Okay,
Hannah, this has been awesome. I can't thank you enough. Where can people follow you and find out more about your MMA journey and follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And you can also follow IMMAF on Instagram and TikTok, and you'll see a lot of stuff from me on there as well.
Okay, great. And again, I want to thank you very much. We'll put links once the show comes up. We'll put links to all that in the show notes. I thank you so much. Good luck at the championships in Bulgaria. I'd love to have you back on once you return and see how everything went. And we'll be following your journey. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Hannah. Have a great day. Thank you again.
You as well.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of highlighting the best of youth sports. Be sure and subscribe, and please help us reach more people by leaving a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform of choice. If you or someone you know are interested in learning more about Numbers Don't Lie and what we do, what programs and services we offer for athletes, and how to get your athlete involved, be sure to visit numbersdon'tlie.biz. Until our next episode, go out and win the day and never miss your opportunity to be great. Thanks for listening to Highlighting the Best of Youth Sports.